thank you for taking time out from your busy schedules to speak to us.
Saturday's busy schedule. Look at how I am.
Yes, being the man that's running our country, even on Sundays, you might be called in that there's something urgent that needs to be done.
I'm glad you know.
Yes. Yes. Thank you once again for taking time to speak to us. 8 years ago, on the 14th of February, you decided to tie the knot on Valentine's Day. Can you just tell us why was it so significant that you chose the 14th? So it was the first lady.
I didn't know anything about it.
It was actually not me, it was logistics. It was the only weekend available and it happened to be the 14th, so there was no intent. But in retrospect, I'm glad it was the day because he's forced to remember our anniversary.
No? But
It's not 8 years ahead. She knew. I didn't know it. That day.
Now he does.
I was told that Joel interview, but known what that day is.
What will you cajole
To have that day.
for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
so she planned everything, and
Everything.
you were just supposed to show up
He did.
and
Well,
say I
not
do.
necessarily we are convinced that to come.
But you said you were convinced to go and say I do. So what were some of the
Whoa.
Not the
qualities?
day.
The day.
Not the day.
The day.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's already decided. But what day are you going to do that?
Oh.
That's the choice.
Okay. Now, before the day now, what made you decide, what were the qualities that you saw in Madam Geingos that made you decide that, no, she's the one for me. She's the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
You're asking difficult questions.
Speak from the heart.
I growing up in front of me.
Uh.
And she had always coming here. She talks at places.
I was like, I'm not invited.
No, wait a minute. That's a different story. You were coming here. That's what I'm saying.
We were good friends.
Yeah. So, but then I was going to listen to what she's saying, how she's talking. And then also, I saw having similarities not found this practice.
Yeah.
And so, I said, well, I just want to know. So, it was impressive. We were friends, And then, something happened. I don't know what it is. You know these things is how it happens.
Yes.
Then it happened.
And Miss Geingos?
So naturally, I have a different version. he's acting very innocent, as if it just happened on his own. No, it's true. We're good friends. We've always been good friends, and I think that's what makes the relationship work. We're still very good friends.
Yeah.
And he's also right. Our paths used to cross a lot professionally with the work that I used to do and the position that he held. And he was always a good mentor. He always gave good advice and guidance.
Okay.
And when many of us didn't really understand something in the system or why certain decisions were being made, he would be the most open person for us to challenge privately and say, but why is government doing this? And he'd always give us the right context of answers, of decisions, and he would push back on us, but what are you people doing? And things that he felt that people in the private sector weren't doing properly, he would also challenge us, but why are you people doing this? Why don't you think of it from this perspective? So we used to hang around here a lot. And eventually, when he started to
They were
see
eyeing you.
Then she told me, somebody's stupid.
No, before that. So I decided I'll stop calling him uncle. To just demoralize him from this path that he wants to take. I'll stop calling him uncle. Then he would send me a text and then he says uncle at the end of the text just to show me he doesn't care about this uncle story. And then one day he was talking and then I was like, you old, you standing here stupid. Then he eventually got tired of my cheekiness. So he says to me one day, you don't know what you're missing. And I think that was a psychological ploy. Because now I was driving back home in my car and I'm thinking, what is it that he knows that I don't know that I'm missing? So of course now the brain started to mess with my mind. But that was also not really it. I think to me it wasn't an event, it wasn't a day, it was a process of somebody you can be open with, you can answer, you can engage with. As you were saying about me, I say about you, open-minded, and just a kind,
No.
warm-hearted
That stomach.
Yeah.
He said, and your stomach is down. It was a jumping block apparently, and now I'm feeling a green light by saying, now your stomach is down. What does it mean? Why do you skip that?
It doesn't suit my narrative.
So who's that coming? I said, okay, I'm under. Then met me something. The stomach is not down. Obstacle was stomach, I was told. Now when I'm told stomach is gone, what does it mean? It's a fact. Who can do?
No, it was you, definitely. No doubt about it. You know he denies things.
No.
Now he's denying who approached him. He gave me comment, he denies he gave me
I
comment.
didn't deny that.
What
All I'm saying is that after I gave up
Yeah.
because of stomach, when you come and say stomach is not down, what does it mean? Green light.
Yeah.
What do you mean? A corner, you know what it means.
So, Ms. Geingos, so how is Your Excellency now doing as a husband? Because you seem to have been hesitant at the beginning. So,
Yes.
how is he doing so far?
So the hesitation, to be honest, wasn't about him and his character.
Yeah.
The hesitation was about perception. I just felt there's a big age difference. I don't have energy for societal constructs
Yes.
of what a relationship should look like and what my intentions are. I knew what would happen.
Mm.
And it really happened in the worst possible way, worse than I thought it would happen. But I didn't have energy for that. I think I was blocked by that mental block. And eventually, the more we talked and engaged and got really close, I had to also ask myself, are you living your life for society's perceptions?
Yeah.
Or are you living your life for your own happiness? Yes. When I chose my own happiness, I really chose the best husband I could have ever chosen. So as a husband, I'm not surprised that he is an incredibly good person. No, you are. He really is. He's a good person. He's emotional. He's emotional. He's a talker. He's a communicator. He's loyal. He's supportive. What else do you want in a husband?
It's true.
So as a husband, and the people who didn't necessarily like him, but who I knew well, would said to me, whatever the nature of our relationship with Hage is now, one thing I know, he's an absolute gentleman. He's a very kind-hearted person, and he's a good person. So even politicians like to talk about enemies.
Yes.
So and I don't really like the word. So even his adversaries say to me, it's a good decision, husband.
Yes.
And that has been true. That has been true.
Now, Your Excellency, your wife has showered you and painted you as this great husband. What about her? Is she a good wife to you? Is she living up to what you have had in your heart for a spouse? Yes.
His friends, so this is debate, social. So I would say that, and then this would have come to know here,
Yeah.
At the moment, definitely, as you can see, the whole world is open up to them. So, and this is a place making sense. Now, so you open up, yes, they open up. Now, there's that is president, the invitations come, which is called to an address this and this. Those person has a clever person, but then whatever argumentation,
She's a lawyer.
but I'm a painter also.
So they say marriage is hard work. And what are some of the challenges that you have experienced as a couple?
I'll talk about the kids.
Yeah.
I was very, very close to kids. I brought them up as well. And that separation, a new person came in us. I don't mind. If you're not a good person, who has but very close to me. But because of their welcome, taking care of them, he talks to them more than me. Otherwise, with a person very bad, that way. Today, the other talks to them with his problems.
That's good. That's good. And Ms. Geingos, let's have a different answer.
Yeah, I think what he's saying is the core of any people who come into relationships that are a bit older and to both parties. They call it blended family.
Yes.
And I think we mustn't paper over the complexities of blending a family, and we mustn't make it seem as if it's a one-off event. It is a process. It does take work, but it works here. Simply, I think because of his leadership as the head of this house.
Okay.
I think he's fair, he's open to everybody, he accepts all the kids. And so I think we've got a constructive blended family. And I think also the foundation is his kids have his heart. Very good kids, very good hearted kids. And my children have my heart as well. Very easy to adapt, also accept everything, not difficult children at all. That has been very helpful. The second challenge, I think, sometimes your challenges, your problems are actually your solutions.
Yeah.
So our biggest challenge was right in the beginning. When we got together and it came up and we were married, we were in a relationship, there was reaction. And that reaction was positive in some quarters. And it was very negative in some quarters. And some of those quarters were close. And we don't want to litigate the past because I think that's over.
Yeah.
Everybody now understands each other. But there wasn't understanding in the beginning. And as much as it was a challenge then, it was also the solution to our relationship because it forced us to become very close.
Yeah.
It forced us to rely on each other. It forced us to be very honest with each other. And I think that was the glue that actually bound us from the get-go. So sometimes that's why I don't look at that episode in a negative way. I think it was a good process. Because it really set our relationship on a different trajectory of truth, of closeness, of trust, and of mutual dependence. Because often a lot of the things that I go through, I can't tell anybody else. The only person I can tell is you.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's been good for me. So I wouldn't say it's a challenge. I'd say it was a great way for us to develop a closer bond.
One thing you got to do in the future is when two people are married and they are fighting, if they are fighting, as an outsider, don't take side.
Yes.
After you took a side, they come together and blame you. The same thing happened with the opposing.
Yeah.
You cannot come and say, don't marry. Who are you?
Yes.
So when they get married, you are let go. It happened to some people. So they try to interfere. And if you do that, it's just like interfering in married people's business. When they are angry, they may talk to you.
Yeah.
But the moment they make up, or makeup, or say, don't interfere. Two of them were not touched. So that was not fun.
Now, you are both busy people with demanding careers. How do you make time for each other as a couple?
It's difficult, but it also keeps us busy. Sometimes people are not busy, they come and quarrel. So if you are busy, you come back, you watch TV, and you analyze what is there. We are both political scientists in political scientists. So we're debating, analyzing that thing. That looks like you have another scholar that you are engaging. It helps. And later on, we're debating and criticizing this directly to sometimes. So she's busy. So it's a good situation because we are busy.
Yeah.
If somebody was idle, that person would have been rejected. If a person is busy and busy, and you come back, you watch TV, you discuss, but you saw them,
So what's your typical date when you spend time together? What's your typical date? What is it that you do together?
Church. Church together. And routinely stop and eat out. Sometimes I am a pastor. We go on Sundays. Saturdays, exports. Soccer. So I would direct her and she claims she's also supporting Liverpool. How do you support if you don't watch? And she will analyze. How did she watch it? I am glued on the TV.
But you are one. You have become one. So
No, that is not true. Look at how tall I am. She's so short. No. People cannot become one. It's a critical concept. But because what I like sports is fine. Soccer and so on. Here and here, or Super Bowl tomorrow. I have to watch it. That's not good. But there's their own thing that is glued on. And then we discuss when we end. We're going to watch the Liverpool game to be in judgment. By just seeing maybe the repeat of the situation. Whereas I am out. And now why did it happen? But she will talk. So I said, if you like the soccer, you must watch it. She will only see to watch it.
She's always on the phone.
And I'm on TV.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
Okay. Now, over the years, from your experience, or what advice would you give to couples out there so that they can be in healthy and loving relationships?
Firstly, don't believe you become one. Now everybody has their own characteristics and interests. And especially if you are both educated people, or you are busy people, career, there's your own career path. Very busy.
Yeah.
And busy in the office when you come at 7 o'clock or so. And then you also come to office. So if you go by the traditional way, or you're supposed to be together and so on, it doesn't work. We have our own. You must accept it. Professionals are professionals. They have their own professional life. And politicians are politicians. They have their own political life.
That's a crux of it. You, to me, as a woman, you must marry a man who is comfortable in himself.
Okay.
He's comfortable in whatever he's doing, whether he's a taxi driver, a pastor, a teacher, or unemployed. He does have a strong sense of self-respect. Because a man like that is going to say what my husband just said. Is that each one comes with their own strengths and values and interests, and you mustn't try and make that person become a mirror of you. You accept the way that they are and support what they do. So to me, the crux is heal yourself so that you don't go broken into the relationship. Because that brokenness ends up defining what you believe should be the nature of the relationship. So marry people who are whole, male or female. It's this brokenness in women, it's this brokenness in men that really creates trouble. Another thing that I believe strongly in is communication. You must be able to have frank communication.
Communication or debate.
No, we are both. But he's a better communicator than me. He's a better communicator than me. And then the last is conflict resolution and de-escalation. Because we both can be quite passionate about what we believe in. And one thing I really appreciate about my husband, we can be debating and then we start disagreeing and then one of us goes high in the debate.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes later, he's talking about something else, he's joking, he's happy, he's laughing.
Yeah.
So we don't, no matter if our communication goes this way, he has a way of always bringing it back in the cycle. And that's a maturity issue. Yeah. And then I think the other part, and I think it's a function of his age, is you must be able to manage issues around family and other people and perceptions. And you must be one on certain things. Other relations can drive people apart. Yeah, otherwise you disagree on that stuff. So you must be able to openly communicate, not be defensive, defend this side or defend that side now. Because if a family's cohesiveness is determined by two couples, by the two people in the relationship, it's the husband. So be realistic about that.
But those people don't know that with the father, even he looks up to him sometimes.
Yeah, my father's a sinner. Oh my God.
When we're trying to propose,
My mother's the only one who's not.
when we're trying to propose, I had a team of my supporters. And then they said, now don't talk to the wife, talk to
Go
the
straight to
father.
the parents.
But not the mother, to the father.
No, those are swap ups. There should be no problem here because my mother will ask critical questions. Yeah, my mom is the one who sat me down and said,
But now it's changed now.
there's an age difference, are you ready for it? These are the realities, are you going to handle the societal issues? My mom is the one who was a bit firm. Now she adores him, just like my dad, so I'm stuck there. Yeah, but it's also the way he treats me. Yeah, he has, my husband lost his mom at 11 years old.
Yeah.
So to him, having parents who are alive is a huge blessing. Or a mother who's alive is a huge blessing for me. Now my mom can call me 5-6 times in a day. I'm busy. And everything is urgent. She'll leave a message with my assistant. I have to call her back, but I know it's
nothing serious.
Nothing serious. Sometimes she'll even call me, no, I must go to her quickly. I say, what is it? No. Yeah, she pop you among the. It doesn't get discussed over the phone. Now
Just come.
I know it's nonsense. Now sometimes you'll be sitting there, he notices my mom is really ignoring the phone. And he gets so upset with me. Answer your mother. Answer the phone immediately. Then I'm forced now to answer my mom. But then I realized it's because I must appreciate it. And I do appreciate it. But she's just a bit over the top. But he's very accepting of her constant phone.
No, but mothers are like that.
Days, you say, now, children will be delivered young with their different parents.
Yeah.
So, though I met my mother 11 years, it works now, but I don't know the because the mother grandmother Olusia brought me up. She also practiced. The background is
Yeah.
left the country just away. They were all alive, and struggle started in 1966. We had to close down any connection, no connection. So I didn't know who was alive, who was dead. Olusia brought me up was dead. I found out 3 years after death. Then the whole hands and other things. Also, I didn't know when he died. So, communication broke down. And 66 after 80s. So that now who is alive from your family, you can't be in trouble. How to put them in trouble. So that was the bad part of it. But coming back after that time, you see them. My sister is with them. I was so guilty about her because we stayed together tomorrow. I told you a lie when I was escaping that I was going to the Calendar's meeting. The Calendar never escaped. I couldn't tell her, so I brought her back to Morocco. When I come back, I will come and compare. That was the statement that I told her.
Yeah.
And I was already trying to bring back to her, but she was so scared. And they couldn't communicate. Very painful. Am I rejected or is it? So that's the one I was so. Then somebody came to that person who knew that. I said, how about her? She has 2 babies. And I said, baby? No, I thought of that little girl I left.
Yeah.
So that was the bad part of it. So when I came back, of course, trying to connect with her, political is on the other side. Very painful. I was going back to Sumak now for the first time home. And I saw their car. Then how somebody told me that so after that they come to another party. That was that I was going home. Well, she and I went together because of the marriage. But after a while, and I asked her to have colors and things.
Okay. Getting back now to you as a couple, what is the one thing, Your Excellency, after getting married? Because dating someone is different from being married and living with that person.
How do you know?
No, not yet. What is the one thing that you learned of the first lady that you didn't know?
No, she must first stop.
Okay. Geingos?
No, I think I knew his fundamental character. I knew he was kind, I knew he was very compassionate, I knew that he projects a public image of being stern, but in private he's the nicest, jokey guy that you'll ever find. What is it that I didn't know of you?
But we knew each other by that friendship. So even intellect is also it's got listen to it.
Yeah.
So mine I think is together. We debate husband and wife debating like when the well, as you left us, you have to be factual. You have to have the logic. As a husband and wife, when arguing, you have to know that you are talking to somebody else, a lawyer. So you have to back up your argument with facts and whatever. That's a little bit of what.
Yeah.
You're not talking as husband and talking down. No, not this way. Equal, but so it's making more sense. And so, and if you have complaints or facts, accept. Even a man, don't think I'm a man, therefore I'm going to be defeated in an argument. No, it's a fact that they're properly accused, and up with arguments, or I see your point. And then I'll come with something else possible. And don't think I'm this.
Yeah, he wins most of the debates. because he's always got tactics or information that's historical that I obviously won't know.
Yeah.
So he speaks that he normally wants. And I can see it. I can see it.
Because of
No, because it's,
Yes.
no, and I enjoy it. I don't mind conceding.
Yeah.
Not always.
Not always.
Not
Most of the time.
Well, also, not always. It's absolute.
Okay. No absolute. Okay, no absolute. I think the one thing that I didn't know was how he was raised. That story of his, of where he was raised, where he was born, the impact that it had on him. Losing his mom at 11, the impact that it had on him, and I think the significance of the farm that he grew up on, where his parents basically worked both of them as laborers, and how that shaped him. Also, I've always known him on the other side of being very confident in himself.
Yeah.
And then when you think of his background, where he was raised, there were many events I think that were designed to make him question himself as a person. And if anything, it just strengthened. He doesn't question people's perceptions. He doesn't allow that to question himself. That solidness is something unbelievable. There's some really mean things that are said about him, really nasty, overly personal, really nasty. And some of us will bleed and be hurt by that because we know the opposite is true.
It's true.
But he has got this almost unbreakable armor.
Yeah.
I used to think he's very sensitive, oversensitive.
Yeah.
Before he got married. Because he would react to things and like, why are you reacting so much about this? Why are you so sensitive? And I've come to realize, no, he's actually very resilient against those kinds of things. He reacts, yes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't take it into his heart. He doesn't come and sleep and his blood pressure is high because things happen.
But I learned it halfway.
Yeah.
There's a prime minister.
Yeah. See how we ended up on Valentine. It was entirely accidental.
Now, when you are not running the country or running your various projects, and you are just home as Hage and as Monica, what kind of music do you enjoy listening to?
Oh, she likes to listen to music with dragons.
She has a left
She has
foot.
all kinds, she knows all the music. And she can also sing. So I said, don't just listen. But we can listen. I will love music.
Yeah.
I love music. I love music starting with this. I wrote it from Kanga, that is about the music. Then I had exposure to Rumba, but I passed through DRC. Rumba is about the music. Then American black music, jazz. So music is a thing like we laid it down, but it's like, okay, it's music and sports. Okay. The reason of what the whole word, but after that, the music is
There's one.
Yeah.
He's an interesting person. He wakes up in a good mood. And there's moments he's in his very clothes and he's running around there.
Yeah.
And then the song goes on and then he starts dancing on his
I was upset.
But he has so much fun doing that. And it's the cutest thing you'll ever see.
Yeah, you see, I haven't doing this back before I get to it.
Yeah.
Now I'm dancing.
Yeah.
Music will help me. Or sport. It takes me away from problem.
Yeah.
So that's the dance is off.
Yeah.
So problem is off. And then focus on it better.
Yeah.
If you do a few watching, or else if you tend to watch in Liverpool, we are supposed to be watching somebody's game, and she will come on a repeat. Then she has a judgment. That's wrong, my lord. So it helps.
He's the most critical person of Liverpool at the moment. More than me. So I don't know where this is coming from.
That's the truth. Liverpool can support you. But I joined Liverpool for political.
Yeah.
You see, Liverpool was the first thing got a black person in that banks, 70s, that's what I said, that's my. And I was not disappointed by it. It's only now. But it's any ups and downs. There's a up, down, so there are people down in a bad way, we are losing this. But that's okay. You don't win everything. In politics, you don't win everything. You must also accept defeat. And I'm advising young people, when you are defeated, don't go and destroy the party or government or people.
Yeah.
Take it as a point. And I said, you see, when you do what I have done, don't listen. Hey, guys, going to try around and so on.
Yeah.
So, that's
Lots of people.
I love people.
This is a house of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You welcome lots of
Yeah, that's what young people mostly.
Sometimes you'll be in his car and he calls me,
Yeah.
my wife, I think I told these people to follow me to the house.
They're coming here.
And then I'm ready to receive lots and lots of people.
Yeah.
He really loves people.
Yesterday, for instance,
Yeah.
we were there at the state house.
Yeah.
And people who came here, we never get them.
Yeah.
So very good. So if people come here, see a different person.
Yeah.
But TV, I'm too serious. And all people because I'm a president.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
here I'm happy.
Yeah.
I think maybe that is a challenge. There's the person, Hage, and then there's the president.
Yeah.
And sometimes for me, it's difficult to reconcile how people get the president so wrong. But it's also unrealistic of me to expect people to know the person.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what I see about the president
Yeah.
is so anomalous to what I know as the person.
Yeah.
But then I also often wonder, why are people so forward in projecting things that they think about the president on his person? So it's forced me to talk to myself so that I don't get upset. And I know his kids have the same challenge.
Yeah.
And many people who love him are very protective over him
Yeah.
because we know the person.
Yeah.
So when children are getting upset or when friends are getting upset, but why are they saying this? Why are they doing this? I always tell them, you must also separate the president and the person, because I think there is some fair comment that can be made against the president in a position. If somebody says the president isn't doing enough about education, that's fair comment. That's on his position. So there's lots of fair comment that we as those who love him and know him cannot get upset about, not even about the person saying it. But then these days, there's this grey area that people don't really understand enough to know between what is the distance between attacking someone's position and someone's person. This Hage Geingob is a dishonest, lying, corrupt. You're going very deep into the person. It's no longer on the position. And there, I think we are entitled to say, but that's not true. The Hage Geingob we know is not corrupt. He's not dishonest. He's incredibly compassionate. He's incredibly honest. His integrity is unassailable. And there I can challenge you.
And the public, right, they don't talk about it. When I became president, assets declared voluntary, not required by law. Declared the assets public. After we finished the decision made, press had this information. They could ask questions. We said, okay, go and start to do that. So we got Price Waterhouse. Price Waterhouse and also that. That's how it's done. Everything, you balance it in the bank, whatever it is. As there. They saw it press. Amounts were mentioned, how much is there. So then they will ask when I am able to spend 10,000. Where did you get it from? What about the money I declared publicly?
I think that's what people see publicly, but we see a lot of things privately that people don't see, that affirms who he is. from a character perspective. You know the difference. There's a difference between character and reputation.
Yes.
And with him, I think there's this huge distance between his character and the reputation that people are assigning to him.
Yeah.
And it's very political.
Like politics, yeah.
It's very political.
It's understandable.
And it came internally as well. It's not just from outside.
Yeah, yeah.
And internally, I mean within the political environment he found himself. And it's you know.
Then the Prime Minister said that's politics.
Yeah, he discusses a lot of things. That's politics.
That politics, you see, that's politics.
But I'm not a politician.
Yeah.
So I don't accept certain things on the basis of politics. You can't.
A politician would own you.
Yeah, it's too low. There's some parts of it, it's too low for me. Yeah. It's too low. And he always just says, no, it's politics. I think we should hold ourselves to a higher standard.
That's sophistication.
Yeah.
Very good thing. So therefore we have to understand the levels. Levels, yesterday, for instance, don't have when it's traveling.
Oh, okay.
What are you hiding?
No, you can say things.
What are you hiding?
You wanted to spill your secrets, huh?
No, I don't know about SMT. No, I don't know.
Oh, no, something else.
What is it? If I knew, I would say it.
He's too transparent. He doesn't.
But to say you are traveling for SMT,
Yeah.
that day, using I enjoy sitting, whenever I'm holding. No. And how many invitations for state visits I accepted? But this is one, I'm the chairman of this episode. That's what I'm telling you. And as let's say good Valentine, I was Commissioner of China or India, we were talking, and we would like to invite you to a state visit. So I laugh and say, you see, that's how it happens. I don't go and invite, but I never took it. I don't take it. So those kind of arguments are too cheap. I think people are looking for something at fish lord and so on. They were waiting, maybe my name is going to come immediately. They were waiting. Now, so what are they covering up? And the things were clear. I am you see, we talk about corruption. I said, I started. You don't just grab a person and say you are corruption. So you must have facts. When that happened, we are the ones who took action. And I'm very telling you, look, corruption is everywhere. But you close your eyes. Here in Namibia, the two ministers are here. But now I regret that the NGO have not been charged for 3 years. Is it fair? People are quiet. And if you talk about it, you are defending them. No.
Yeah.
You are innocent until that's our life. But 3 years, and nobody talking about it because they are afraid it will be said like that. I said to ministers, some of you are getting scared to take action because you will be accused of being corrupt. If you are not corrupt, why are you afraid? Take action.
Yeah.
So that's what I think people thought they want to have you, but you are not. And as presidents in Africa are not supposed to be clean, as my chairman is, and people are looking for all that. I have said that this is anti-corruption is my way. It is difficult, easy. But it does work. I bring the people to sit, Americans, to say that it's not nothing is perfect. Definitely don't confuse perception with reality.
Yeah.
There's anti-corruption perception, is like people say. If you're going to say, this Namibia corrupt, yeah, oh, very good. I will ask them, if you're going to get a passport or job to be done, must you first pay to get the service? We have number 7. So it's a perception of the appearance of corruption. But do you pay to get service? So that's a difference. If some countries are systemic, there's a systemic systems, then you cannot get any service delivered unless you pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the experts will tell you, yeah, people will get markups. Yeah, all these cases are in the court. All of them. Bring me one each time. Every day they talk about corruption.
Yeah.
Not now they all tarnish in the name of their own country. But there's experts.
Yeah.
Yesterday at the farewell to now ladies of the diplomats. What has been said there, I don't know that is ladies or not.
Yeah.
I was even myself saying, oh, however, what are they going to say when they was praised about all those things outside the country? And I wish I could take all of them, take them to some countries. Now to see really how things are going. But you have right as citizen to demand.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Never mind.
But whenever so there's also
I'm a president.
you go here for Valentine's Day.
Now, they talk about me as president. Who brought it up? How do you separate it?
Yeah. And he doesn't.
No?
Sometimes. I remember once one of the kids wanted to ask something, so they talked to me about it.
Yeah.
So I said, no, go talk to him. They said, no, I'll be told that at 21 I was given the responsibility of coordinating or what. So I said, no, give him a chance, go and talk to him. The child went, what? At 21? Some of us had responsibility. How old are you now? So he's the challenge when somebody as accomplished as him, he's got a rich history to draw from. So any topic, he really has lots of substance to add to it. It's not a person who thinks from one dimension.
Yeah.
Really multiple dimensions.
But the president of the country, where is Windhoek?
Not the president.
The person.
Don't fool yourself.
Yeah.
How do you separate the two? If I go and beat up somebody, they're going to say a husband. We don't think you have. I say beat up his wife. Say president beat up
The
first
president.
lady. She goes by the name of first lady. Why? Why don't you do that?
I'm happy to be good
lady. Yeah, you could call yourself first lady.
No, you please don't.
How they call you?
That's not correct.
How they call you? Is it going to fall?
Yes,
Are foreigners? Are you denying your place?
no.
Just I'm telling you how to separate it. Especially now, when a president of the first ladies, is married. I don't know married. It's what you separate. The title, what you are doing, and the job. Isn't that?
Yeah, there is aspects that overlap.
We are coming to
You
it.
wouldn't have prepared a different, what is it? Come like this and ask us questions.
Yes.
Because of these titles we have the Koyoika.
You see how the debates go.
Don't do such shit like that. They wouldn't do anybody else. It's paraphernalia to come and interview because people have their wedding anniversary. Come on, it's a title that we are here.
Politicians.
Okay. Now, as we celebrate Valentine's Day, what is the advice that you would like to give to the nation? The month of love.
Ask it. When I go to funeral, I will come with a person. Some of us don't know how to comfort a person with money. We can also now, I will tell people, oh, go and ask your wife.
Yeah, I think it's about love languages. So my husband's love language is not things around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Wishy-washy things. Things that people feel is important.
Yeah.
His love language is outcome-based. He shows his love through very specific things. And looking after his family is his key love language. And I think really for us as a nation, is to define our love language outside violence, both verbal and physical. Because sometimes what we do to people we care about is inconsistent with what love looks and feels like. How we show our love to each other as individuals, how we show love to each other as a community, and how we show love to this country that we all call Namibia. That's all part of how you build a constructive love language. And maybe the advice is to build constructive love language. Your love doesn't have to look like the next person's love. But if there's toxicity, if it's hurting, you need to change your love language.
Fondness.
Yeah.